everybody! Welcome to Luna's cooking stream! My name is Splashy the Splatula, and I'm in hell! Yay! Yay! Hello, everybody! Welcome! Welcome to Luna 4D! Everything is so crisp and clear. My gloves. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. This is very weird. This is all very strange. This is strange for me. I'm sure it's strange for all of you, but it's going to be a good time. Welcome to the cooking stream. And Splashy the Splatula, he'll be fine. We'll not actually be cooking with Splashy the Splatula because now he's covered in Sharpie. Do not feed people Sharpie. Let's see. I'm looking over at the chat. Hey, everybody. It was Toynbee Idea. We got Random Player, Gure, Sumio. Yes, hand reveal. It's gonna get more revealing later. I won't give away too much about that. Oh yes, how is the volume? Because I'm in a weird space of that is 4-dimensional and not my usual. Not my usual. Let's see. Can you hear me okay? Can everybody hear me? Do 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 do. Hey, Aiko! Aiko's here! Yay! Aiko! Aiko on Sharpie. Well, I think if anybody can handle eating Sharpie, it's going to be Doggo. Doggo will eat Sharpie and be fine. Audio is fine. Excellent. Hey, Kanan. Welcome. Okay. 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 So, welcome to my cooking stream. Here we have a variety of cooking implements. We are and you know what? I don't want to hear anything from anybody in chat. We are 100% in a rustic cabin in the woods. So you all just use your imaginations, all of you. I actually have a nice stove. Hey, listen, that's only because you're only saying that because you can see it. I got a call from Modbot at like 10 this morning, and he said, So did you clean your stove? And I said, what do you mean? Why would I do that? I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it later. He's like, yeah, you don't want to be all crusty and stuff, right? I'm like, well, I don't know these people anything. It's my stove. It works. And there was a long silence. And I said, after which I said, okay, I'll clean my stove. Ugh. He makes me work too hard. Hi, Jim. Aiko can hear rustling leaves. Rustling leaves? Oh gosh. Maybe that's the Matrix malfunctioning again. This is a gas stove. It is gas. Gas stove. Ta-da! Look. Wait. No. Can you see? Wait. This one. No, I can't turn it on yet because plastic. But we'll get to that. So. You're envious of the stove and the pan. I saved up good money for this pan. I treasure this pan. This pan, we go everywhere together. We've been on vacation together. We talk about each other's feelings. This is a good pan. Good pan. Pam the pan, if you must know. Say hi, Pam. Hi, Sumio. By the way, theme for tonight, everything in my kitchen talks, apparently. Everything is alive. It's a scarier, less whimsical version of Beauty and the Beast. Pet the pan. Streamlabs message is not working. Ooh, maybe. You simping for Pam the pan. Did you hear that, Pam? You're famous. Yay! Okay. Streamlabs, it might not be. Notifications might not be. This setup was a little bit tricky, and it works, but not all the components may be working perfectly. So I apologize for that. But if you do a Streamlabs donation tonight, it will go through. It just might not, the notification may not pop up. And in that case, it's okay because tomorrow I'm doing a sort of kind of almost super chat reading because I've been missing a lot of your notifications and that's just not right. It ain't right. So I'm gonna be able to go through everybody's notices, everybody's messages, and everybody's donations, and proper thanks. Give proper thanks for what everybody's done. So. Well, okay then. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Toynbee idea. Thank you very much. I thank you anyway. Let me see. Just check quickly. Yes, it's saying that it's there, but it's not there. So it's full of filth and lies. Yeah, I had to move everything around a lot. It's a little bit tricky, this whole live streaming in real life. Damn, my peak comedy got missed. That means it's till tomorrow. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your heart. I'll build it up again. We'll build it up again, all right? All right. So what I'm cooking tonight is I'm going to be cooking 2 different Indian sweets. I will be cooking, the first thing I'll be cooking is something that I'm very familiar with making. I've made it a ton of times before, so I don't even need a recipe for that one. That one's called besan laddu. And then the next thing I'll be cooking is the scary one, the one that I'm going to be doing from a Hindi language recipe. Just a FYI for that one, in order to get the ingredients correct, I did look at the ingredient list in English. So I have all the ingredients in English, and I know that I have everything I need. I just don't know how to combine them to create their final power form, which is gulab jamun. It's called gulab jamun. So every time I looked at that recipe in the past and was like, I'm gonna make gulab jamun because it's amazing, I would see the recipe, I would read what it took, and my eyes would cross and I would have a tiny aneurysm. But just a tiny one. Everything's fine. By the way, I have to do this. I'm not gonna have to use these tonight, but I want to show you guys my oven mitts. I want to show you guys my oven mitts. I cook with my bare hands. I'll be here all week. I love my paws, my bare paw hands. Okay. You only live once, everybody. This is my philosophy. Live weird and die laughing. That's what I say. All right. Oh, big knife. That's a knife, right? Sumio, this is a knife. Get a knife. Go get one of these. The pointy one. The pointy. Stabby kind that goes through food. What did I do to Nene? Yes! She had some debts that she couldn't repay. Nene! Hey, it's Case! Ruth is such a fan of the Second Amendment that a right to bear arms wasn't enough. She needed the left one too. I love you guys. All right, so with that, let us begin. So there's a lot of components during this cooking these things that will require just waiting. So that's kind of boring, right? So while we're waiting, I will tell you not Hindi stories. I will tell you India stories from my time in India. I've been to India several times, and I'm itching to go again. But till then, I have my stories. So what I'm doing right now. So these are. Let me see. Sorry, camera. These are slivered almonds. And they're still kind of too big for my purposes, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to chop some of these up to make them tiny, wee tiny. And so the recipe besan laddu, so there are all kinds of different sweets in India, Indian sweets. Most of them are essentially milk. They're either milk, butter, sugar based. Milk, butter, sugar with a sprinkling of nuts or coconuts, depending on where you are and who you ask. So my version, besan laddu, the base for that is the base flour for it anyway. There are many different kinds of laddus as well, but they all kind of include a flour, and then some, usually cardamom is always in it, and then either a nut or fruit. So they're eaten on special occasions. They're given as gifts. Or in the case of these, they're just going to be my, I'm going to shovel them into my face until I pass out, basically. So like a standard Saturday night for me. Feet. Did you see my feet? Did you see my feet? Wait, do you see my feet? Feet. 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 Let me see. Let me see if we can get my feet. Toes! Toes in the kitchen! It's like they're blue. I'm bringing it up higher. Look at my blue toes. They're blue. Wow, new model, yes! Look at the elaborate rigging. You can't imagine how many bones are in here. I has toes. Of course I has toes. Every convincing human meat suit needs toes. Okay, so this is good. This is a good amount. So I'm also, another thing I'm doing for tonight is that normally the recipes for these types of things, because they're for special occasions and because they're for they're intended to be for a lot of people, gatherings of a lot of people, the recipes for these things are enormous. So I'm going to cut way back on that so that we're not here for 6 hours just looking at flour cook in the pan. And on that note, I was thinking about this because somebody mentioned, I think it was Sumio, I said I was going to do a cooking stream, but then I said I'm doing sweets, like Indian sweet. They're called sweets. They're not really, I guess, pastries, I suppose. He's like, oh, so it's a baking stream. I'm like, well, no, because doesn't really involve baking. It's not going to involve any, no use of the oven at all, really, just the stovetop. But there's got to be something else, right? There's another thing because, what do you call, so you have somebody who works with chocolate is a chocolatier. But then there's candy and ice cream and all the other stuff that's weird in between. So you know what it is? You know what we've all been forgetting about? We've all been forgetting about the confectioners. It's confectionery. So it's not a cooking stream and it's not a baking stream. It's a confectionery stream. Hand and foot reveal stream. Hand and foot reveal stream. Welcome, Forte. By the way, I have to walk back and forth to check chat, so forgive me if I'm late. Nanners to subscribe 45 times. Gosh, one could only hope, right? What am I looking for? So another thing I'm putting in the ladus, and these aren't always in besan ladus, but I like the texture and the flavor a little bit of coconut. I'm putting unsweetened coconut in here, so I'm just going to sprinkle that into the bowl with the nuts because it doesn't really need a whole lot. I know coconut is one of those flavors that people have strong feelings about one way or the other, and I get it. I used to hate coconut. It grew on me, though, over time. I'm a touch late, but have we burned anything down yet? No, I still have my sleeve! Yay! Yes, the 206 bone-based VTuber model. It was pricey, let me tell you. I had to give all my pennies away. All my best pennies. Coconut is justice? Is justice a good thing? I mean, well, I guess justice is a good thing. I don't know. So besan, the word besan. So here's our flour. So I actually have this. I went out and bought all new fresh ingredients for this stream. I have some of all of this in my kitchen, but it's pretty old. I haven't had a need to make Indian sweets, for the last year and a half, so as you can imagine. So I didn't know if it was still going to be fresh and not rancid, so I went out and got some more. So besan is the Hindi word for chickpeas. So it's chickpea flour, basically. So if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to be like, oh gosh, how am I going to find besan flour? You can probably get besan flour from like a small packet of it from like a Whole Foods or like one of them bougie hippie grocery stores. But if you have Indian grocery or South Asian grocery store near you, you will find it there most easily. I only have one sleeve. I have one. I remember my model. See? Ta-da! Oh, sorry, pot. Okay. So, I have drastically reduced the portions for this because, again, I don't want it to take forever. But I did I don't know how much I'm going to need for both of these recipes, and they both require ghee, which is clarified butter. So I bought the big one. It looks like orange juice, like I'm just going to chug this. Ghee is clarified butter, and clarified butter is basically the oil, the butter, the fat from butter removed from the removed from the cream or the milk fats, or the milk parts. Ah, Usu, get ready for fire. Golly gee, exactly, Badger. So you can make ghee at home. I've made ghee in the past. It's not hard. It's very time consuming and annoying to make. But in times when I have not lived near an Indian grocery store, I have made it myself. You can also, if you can't find it, but I've seen it in standard grocery stores before. It's expensive though, if you do it that way. This one is, yeah. So this is 2 liters. This is 2 liters, which is 67 ounces, which is a lot. But this was $32 for this container. But you can, in places in Indian recipes where it's asking for ghee, if you're not like a flavor fanatic about it or not really particular about flavor, you can go ahead and use vegetable oil if you want other oils that are cheaper. Ghee looks chuggable. Good thing it lasts a while. It does. This will last quite a while. So, the first thing I'm going to do is measure out the ghee. So besan laddu is essentially just, it's just fat, sugar, and flour. I need some spices. I'm going to put cardamom in it. I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup of ghee. And it's semi-liquid, like there's chunks that are coming out here, but it'll melt down real fast. And it took me a while to get the proportion right, because I followed recipes online, and they came out okay, but there was, like, I was getting the flavor wrong. I couldn't figure out what it was, and when I went to India for the first time, I tried my first besan laddu from India, and I was like, wow, this tastes amazing, and I had to check with the sweets guy about what was in it, because I was like, is this besan? Is this besan? And he said, yes, it's besan, because it tasted like it had peanut butter in it. And I couldn't figure out, I said, is there peanuts? Are peanuts in here? And he's like, no, there's no peanuts in it. Let me see. Time to fire this baby up. Oh, nope, wrong one. I hate that. Here we go. Here we go. It's not very impressive. It's blue, though. Oh, that's on high. So we're going to put this on low-ish, medium, between low and medium. Maybe medium because this is a smaller burner. And what's going to happen here is we're going to let the ghee melt entirely and then kind of cook, basically. And it's going to gradually, it will change color. It'll become brown. And that will affect the flavor, but you want that brown. You want that sort of golden brown change. And once that happens, then you put the besan flour in. So what I realized when I said, oh, it tastes like peanut butter, but there's no peanuts in it. I realized I had not been making the chickpea flour. I had not been letting it roast long enough on the pan. I had been following the directions, but because why not? Because of sensitivity of different stove tops and pans, I was not roasting it properly. So it was not cooking. And so I was getting it was an edible laddu, but it was not the correct flavor. So once I figured that out, I was able to get a nice, oh, so good. Oh, you guys, it's amazing. I will say, if you don't like peanut butter, you probably won't like the taste of a besan laddu. Hey, Jeep, welcome. Welcome. I keep going to try and wave with my model, but it's like, no, I don't have to do that. I wave with my real worky meat hand. That's right. My meat hand works now. My current place and my last apartment both had electric stoves. Place looking to get has gas. Ah, yes, gas. This is the first time I've ever had access to a gas stove. Oh, I don't want to use that spatula because that's Spatchy the spatula, and he is covered in Sharpie. He is safe. He is safe from the stove. So in India, I guess it depends on where you are. If you're in a big city, I bought besan laddus on several occasions in different cities just to kind of see, what if there was a flavor difference or if there was like a consistency difference. But they're pretty much the same wherever I got them. The difference was the price. So in a small town, which I was usually in a small town, besan laddu are like 10 rupees a piece. So right now, at the time I was buying them, they were like it was like 64 rupees to a US dollar. So that's to give you kind of an idea of how much they were. But then in like Delhi, they were 30 rupees a piece. So that's a big price hike, relatively speaking. But I was with friends once, and I said, we've been eating all these besan ladus, and we're kind of playing it safe. Let's go try something different. So we said, well, while we're out, we'll stop by a sweet shop and we'll try something different. So we're shopping in a marketplace in Jaipur, which is a city in Rajasthan, and we are at some gift shop, and the man inside, I start speaking Hindi to the shopkeeper, and as sometimes does happen, they're very impressed, and they're very gracious, and they're very complimentary, and they're like, please come up to the like second floor of our shop, where it's like, I don't know, it's like the fancy part of the shop, and have tea and have sweets with us. We're like, sweet. So we all went up. There were 3 of us, and they offered us. They had a box. It was like boxed. It was not like homemade. It was boxed sweets. And he said, and I asked, what are these? And he said, these are milk sweets. And I said, milk sweets. Okay. He didn't give me an actual, that's kind of generic, but I didn't press further. So later that evening, we go on to have a great evening, and we buy some stuff, and they give us some presents, and we go back to our little bed and breakfasty thing, our Airbnb, and we tell our host about it, and he says, oh no, he said, you didn't eat those sweets, did you? Hey, Yammers. And I said, yeah, we did. Why? What's it? And I said, they weren't homemade. I said, thinking that maybe they were worried we would get sick. I said, they weren't homemade. They're from a box. And they said, well, that cannot really matter. She said, there's kind of not pandemic, but an endemic problem happening in India right now because the price of milk has gotten so high. I don't remember if he said it was at the sweets vendor level or at the milk producer level, but in order to cut costs, they were cutting the milk with a certain type of cleaning agent, a chemical that gets put into like industrial cleaners that looks a lot like milk and is sweet. And so they were cutting it with that, and people were getting really sick from it and dying if they were young enough. Like kids were dying because they were eating this chemical through the sweets. And he says it doesn't matter because you don't know who they're selling the sweets to, it doesn't matter if it's homemade or if it's from a box, because if somebody buys contaminated milk and they don't realize it, they can make sweets with contaminated milk and give it to you. Or a company can make sweets and package it up and not realize the milk they got was cut with chemicals. So we were like, oh, that's nice. But we were fine. We none of us got sick. I mean, it could be that, I don't think we each had maybe 1 or 2. I don't know how much you'd have to eat before you felt it if you were going to feel it. But I'm just turning the heat up a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty scary for a second. But he said if you are going to get sweets, he said definitely it is safer in general to get packaged sweets at right now. He says it's a bummer because they're not as good as homemade, of course, but if you wanted to try sweets. But from then on out, we avoided it. Close one. Happened in China too. Oh, really? Was it like a milk shortage? They had a milk shortage, or was it a different product? That got dark fast. Well, tonight I'm going to be telling, fun stories and interesting stories, because I think India is really an interesting place to go. I think people are afraid to go there a lot of the time, and they're afraid because they get bad news. The only thing that comes out is bad news. Obviously you wouldn't want to go right now for many reasons, but in general, people get frightened away from going, and I think it's a little bit sad because it's a great place to go. Regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. Now, you will run across catcalling quite a lot. Unfortunately, it's sort of one of those things where it's like, for the most part, the experience is like, oh, just like home. But I'll tell you a story later on in the stream that was probably the scariest thing that happened to me in India. I'm okay, you guys. Don't worry, though. I'm okay. See, I'm okay. But it was pretty scary at the time. Also, the circumstances around at the time, things that were happening in the world at that time were also crummy. And so it was sort of like just a confluence of bad at one time. So it made it even worse. It is an interesting place. Have you been, Badger? Okay, so we have We did 1/4 a cup of the ghee. So let's try... Oh, by the way, I love these measuring cups. Okay, so watch. They go flat for ease of storage. And then you go pop them open again. I got these for Christmas one year. Did I die, Luna? I didn't die. I totally didn't die. I'm here. I got better. I did not die. I lived. Lived to tell the tale. I guess I just mean in the sense of like, I wasn't traumatized in any sort of like, it was not an extreme, did not escalate to the level of, some of the stories you hear coming out of India. So I just put a 1/3 of a cup of ghee, and this is bubbling, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So now I've put the flour into the mixture, and what I'm looking for is kind of a paste. It's supposed to form like a firm paste, because eventually you're going to roll these into little balls, little delightful balls. And let's see if that's... I think I might need a little bit more of the flour just to thicken it up a little bit. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? I really appreciate you guys coming out to watch me cook. Did you guys? I've been looking forward to trying this out, and I have to give credit to Sumio Santana for the inspiration, because I was thinking of doing a cooking stream, but the initial idea I had fell through because of cost. I may still do it in the future, but I gotta save all my best pennies. I can tell you what my idea was, but my initial idea was I was going to go back in time to my youth, and I was going to try and find the same model of... I was going to go on eBay, and I was going to try and find the same model of Easy Bake Oven I had when I was younger, and I wanted to have a cooking stream where everything I made was made with the Easy Bake Oven. And for those of you who don't know what an Easy Bake Oven is, it's a toy. It's supposed to be a toy that... It's an oven. It's supposed to be like, oh, here's pre-mixed packets of powder that you mix with water or whatever, and you put these in these little tins they give you, and you put it inside, you slide it into this little slot, and you turn on the Easy Bake Oven, and I kid you not, I don't know if all the models, because there's many different models, it's been made for years. I found a model, Easy Bake Oven from 1960 or something, and I was like, whoa, I did not realize the Easy Bake Ovens were going back that far. But, I kid you not, the version I had cooked food, like made little like pastries and cakes for you. I don't remember how long it took, some absurd amount of time, with like a 60-watt light bulb and whatever weird mechanisms were inside the Easy Bake Oven. It's cooking with a light bulb, it is. Yourself? Oh, let's see, Jeep says, doing well, got rest and spent some time with family. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so important right now. Everybody's so isolated. Luna new art confirmed. Good bot. Pretty good. The second COVID vaccine today. Oh, hang in. Wait for that storm. When I got my second shot, I actually didn't have any symptoms, so I was good. I was doing okay. So, but I know a lot of people have bad reactions to it. But you'll be fine. It'll last for a day, half a day to a day, and you'll be okay. What was I talking about? I don't remember. I'm talking about a bunch of stuff, and I'm also trying to cook, and I'm trying to chat with all you lovely, fine people. Hey, Chia! Maybe I shouldn't have spoiled that. Sorry. Oh, no. I was going to spoil it. I was going to spoil it myself, so don't worry about it. No, you cook food with a light bulb, and it's supposed to be like baby's first domestic chore. Like, it's supposed to, it's supposed to, like, prepare your 8-year-old daughter for the kitchen, But, I mean, I had really fond memories of it, so I was like, oh, that would be so funny to just totally like, you're only supposed to put the stuff they give you into the oven. You're not supposed to make anything else in it but what they give you. But I don't like being told what to do, so I was gonna do that. And the reason why I couldn't do it is that even a brand new Easy Bake Oven, the current model that exists, which I didn't really want, I found the ones that I wanted on eBay, but after shipping, it's like $75. So it was just, I couldn't, I get a lot of good ideas for what I call expensive jokes. And this would have been an expensive joke, and maybe someday I'll do it, but I can't, it's not right now, not possible. So I thought, you know what, this will be fun though. This will be fun. See if I can make it work and if people are interested. So what I'm doing right now is I'm occasionally, or I'm stirring the fat / flour mixture to make sure that it doesn't burn. But I should probably let it sit for a little bit because otherwise it won't roast. It's a weird, delicate balance. These sweets are it's a very weird balancing act. Did I have a Snoopy snow cone machine? I did not, but you know what I did have? I had the McDonald's cinnamon sugar French fry maker. Does anybody remember that? There was a toy where it made little dough. It churned out little dough, French fry shaped dough pieces, and you would do like cinnamon and sugar on top, and it was like this weird dessert French fry toy from McDonald's. Kind of a ghee paste. Yeah, it's pretty much, actually, it's a third of a cup of flour, a little bit more, and a fourth of a cup of ghee. So it's pretty solidly half and half there. Almost. I don't know if it counts as an easy bake oven, but me and the bee used an oven to make creepy crawlers. You know those jelly bugs? Oh yes. Oh gosh. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. You'd make like the gelatin mixture and you'd pour it into like a mold. I had the boy version of the Easy Bake Oven, which would make little rubber bugs. Yeah, creepy crawlers. Yes. Does anybody remember the toy that you could grow crystals with? I always wanted it. I never got it. It was the thing where you like pour a bunch of chemicals together into like a tiny little aquarium thingy, and over time it would grow like crystals. Grow a crystal garden. It's pretty sweet. So this mixture, this is a really small amount, so this will probably make, once it's got all the sugar in it, this will probably make 2 or 3, probably 3 ladus, which is fine. I didn't want to make too many. Like usually these will, I first learned about these actually when I was volunteering at a Hindu temple, like a couple years ago, and I saw them and I was like, oh, I want to make those. And I said, well, I'm going to have to make a lot if I'm going to bring them to share with everybody. So I made the recipe according to the recipe. And it was like 2 big trays. It must have been like 40 of them. I must have made 40 of these things. And I feel embarrassed now, thinking back, because that was before I figured out how to roast the chickpea flour correctly. I mean, it's not like it would have been bad for anybody. It wouldn't have made anybody sick, but it would not have tasted as good. It would have tasted like if you were to just kind of tap some of this chickpea flour in your tongue, it would be very bitter. So I feel guilty that I gave but it was also counteracted with like a shit ton of sugar, so it had that saving it. No, but I did the sand that can make shapes in water. Oh, I remember those too. Oh, New Age toys from the 90s. Yes, the toys that will help you travel to the astral plane. So the second recipe tonight, which is the gulab jamun, so I actually don't know what the word jamun means, but the word gulab means rose. And I thought for a while that had something to do with the color, because it has this sort of, it falls in between like a very rich brown, but reddish brown color. And I thought maybe it has to do with the color, but it's actually to do with the fact that traditional recipes have rose water in them. And I found rose water. I was so happy. So expensive for what you get. Let me find it. Where'd it go? So how much is this? This is how much in like quantity. This looks like maybe an ounce. Maybe an ounce. That's what it looks like. It's a little bottle. It doesn't say how much is in it actually, because it's let's see. Oh, no, it does. Contents 0.7 fluid ounces, so less than an ounce. 0.7 fluid ounces. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on it. Yeah, it's rose water, And this little 0.7 ounces costs $2. It's ridiculous. Who's squeezing? Who's ringing out all these roses? Who's a rose ringer? Who's ringing out all these roses for rose water? Turn this up a little bit. See if we can't get some toasting action up in here. Let's see. A little rose water goes a long way. It does. It does. I mean, you don't need a gallon of it. It's very strong. After the stream, will you post a copy of the recipe? I will absolutely do that. For the besan ladu, because I've been doing it without a recipe for so long, I'll send you one. I'll just post one that looks good to me, and you guys can go from there. And then for the other one, I do have that recipe both in Hindi. It's from the same website, so it has an English version and a Hindi version. So they're going to be the same. So I'll post the English version for you guys. Rosewater tends to be pretty potent, yeah. I thought rosewater was like essentially tea, but with roses instead of tea leaves. I actually don't know what it is. Let me see. It actually has an ingredient list on the back. It's probably not even real rose. Let me see. Food flavor from Viola. Ingredients. Propylene glycol, so like a thickener. Propylene glycol, water, aromatic chemicals, so no real roses. Essential oils. And it says free from alcohol, in case you were all worried about that. Shake well before use. I will do that. Thank you, little tiny bottle of rose water. Alright, so I'm gonna gather this all in a lump in the middle. And I'm gonna put it in the middle. I'm gonna go make it sit. You sit there now and you behave yourself. And you get toasty. I don't want to hear from you until you're toasty. You understand? You understand me? Yeah, I bet you do. That sounds healthy. We have rose-flavored cordials here in Singapore and Malaysia. Oh yes, welcome, Silas. Poison, but it smells nice. I mean, we're all dying in some way or another. We've all chosen our poison somehow. Propylene glycol is what's in vape juice, I think. It's probably in vape juice. Life hacks from a spice bottle. Alright, I'm gonna put this big old bag away, out of my way. Oh, I forgot to, so, I didn't do it, but you have the option of, so this is the almond coconut flake mixture. I'm doing the version that I like. You can, if you decide, I don't like almonds or coconut, people have make this all kinds of ways. It really depends on, like in India, my impression is that depending on your particular family tradition, you may or may not have any of those things in that. So when I give you the recipe for it, if it says put in this much, whatever, you don't have to do that. Don't bother with it. It'll still taste, oh, there we go. Can't really see it from here, but it's turning a little browner. Excellent. Yes. Yes. This is what I like to see. Yeah, so just put whatever you want in it. You could even, if you want nuts, but you don't like almonds, you could put a different nut in there. It's another thing. So there's a type of, I was saying there's different types of ladu. There's a ladu called suji ladu, which is made from suji flour, which I think is just wheat flour. And then there is something called, I don't know what the Hindi word for it is, but it's always described on like Indian recipe sites as fruit ladu. And it's essentially just fruit and nut ladu. And it's always hyped up as being super healthy for you, but it's got no sugar in it. Like they say, it's no sugar. And then they say it's made with different kinds of nuts, plus raisins and dates, and all these different kinds of nuts, and it's sweetened with honey. Okay, this is a pet peeve of mine. Honey is sugar. Don't say it doesn't have sugar in it if there's honey in it. Honey is sugar. Agave nectar is sugar. It's all sugar. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop it. It's sugar. There's no such thing as healthy sugar. It's sugar. Just let it go. It's okay to enjoy it sometimes. You don't have to justify it, you don't have to qualify it. Just eat the sugar. There. I'll get off my soapbox. I'll get off my soapbox now. It's bloody raw. It's raw! Because poison is fun. Very yesh. Sugar is a cane plant. All fruit is sugar, technically. Yes, it's all sugar. Now, you can make an argument that the sugar you find, like people say, no added sugar. Okay. So, like you eat an apple and there's sugar in an apple. You can say, well, yes, there's sugar in an apple, but it's also complemented with a fair amount of fiber and vitamins. Okay, you can say that. So then you can say it's better for you in the sense that you're not just snorting down powdered sugar for breakfast on its own, and that's how you're subsisting. You're getting the sugar, but you're getting the fiber, and the fiber is filling you so that you don't need to continue to snort your powdered sugar cocaine for the rest of the day. Although we've all had days like that, I'm sure, or is that just me? Tic Tacs are sugar. My favorite is that Tic Tacs are quote sugar-free. Not snorting Kool-Aid. Oh, that reminds me. One thing I forgot for this, I wanted to do a toast. I wanted to do like a hearkening back to Sumio's the inside joke from Sumio's cooking streams where he, for whatever reasons, feels the need to keep dicking around with Kool-Aid, even though it's horrible and it's expensive and it's hard to get. I was gonna I should get Kool-Aid and I should go and I should, make a cup while I'm waiting for stuff to finish cooking. And, but I forgot. It's just not on my normal day-to-day to-eat to-do list, to ingest list. So this is starting to brown a little bit. It used to be yellow and now it is browning. Oh, it just looks white on the screen, I can see. What happens if I turn the light off? That doesn't really help. Nope. There we go. All right. I've subsided off chocolate for like 2 days, though I did crash down hard after that. I keep messing up Kool-Aid. There are no 1.5 liter water cans. That is an odd measurement, for sure. Okay, I think this is almost ready. This is almost done. Usually it doesn't take this long. I'm cooking, so this burner, a set of 4, has 3 large burners and 1 small one. And because of how I had to set up for the stream to get good visibility, I'm cooking on this anyway on the smaller burner. So if you're using like a normal sized pan, it sort of doesn't get as hot. But I don't want to burn anything or overheat anything, so I'm just being conservative about it. But yeah, this looks pretty done. And one thing the recipes will probably say is they'll say, cook until you can till the chickpea becomes aromatic, until you can smell the chickpea. But honestly, it smells the same now as it did 10 minutes ago. So you're going to have to rely on color change, really, more than anything else. But I would say 10 minutes is the minimum for roasting it. I would say more like 20, because every time I followed the 10-minute rule for my ladus in the past, it didn't get cooked all the way. So your mileage may vary. All right, so this is going to be done. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and I'm going to put this aside for a second. Ooh, smoky. It's smoky. See? Something fell on the burner. Probably the fat. So while that is cooling, because I can't, the next step is to, ooh, where did I put it all? Oh, the sugar. The next step is to add the sugar. And you don't want it to be so cold when you add the sugar that the sugar doesn't get a chance to melt a little bit. Some recipes, the recipes I initially found for this recommended I use caster sugar or baker's sugar, which is very fine granulated sugar that is usually used in like mixed drinks. And I did that initially. But like caster sugar is expensive. And everybody who makes ladu, every Indian family I've ever had ladus with, has used regular granulated sugar, just your average regular granulated sugar. And honestly, when I went to India, it was all very granulated sugar. So I I think that the caster sugar is just for people who want the aesthetic of a super smooth ladu ball. Without, I mean, the people who want the Pinterest ladus, I guess. This is a little bit runny, actually. Now that it's stopped, now that I've really stopped with it, maybe I should put a little bit more flour in it. Because when I put the nuts and the coconut in it, it will also thicken it. But I don't know if it will thicken it enough to make little balls. And hopefully this doesn't change the flavor too much. Ta-da! I can get away. Don't be like me, you guys. I can get away with doing stuff like this because you guys don't actually have to eat this, which I'm actually a little bit disappointed by. I'd love to know what you think. Oh, that's better. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's more what I'm used to seeing. Okay, now that it's like this, I think I put too much in. Oh, shoot. No, it's not a problem because you know what we have still? Butter, ghee. Drip that in there. Butter and sugar will hide a multitude of sins. Trying to find that perfect consistency. You want some? Changes flavor too much anyways. Meh. Oh no, it's runny again. Damn it. Oh no. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna keep adding to it. I'm just gonna make it worse. I'm gonna leave it as it is and let the chips fall where they may. If it's too runny to roll into little like gooey balls, I'll pour it into a tiny little pan, and then when it cools, it will be able to be cut into squares, and then it will be like ladu brownies. Yeah, that's it. Jack crashes through wall in Kool-Aid Man style. Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, how amazing would that be? Sometimes I feel self-conscious when I'm feeling really self-conscious after a stream about how it went. I think, gosh, did that go really well? I hope that went well enough. Oh wow, this is still really runny. I get really self-conscious about it, and I chat back with Modbot. I say, Modbot, did that go okay? Did I do anything crappy? Like, what, am I crappy at this? And he's like, think of it this way. He says, imagine if you were playing video games on the PlayStation or something, and basically what has just happened, you're worried that there was only like 10 people in chat maybe. Like, imagine if you were sitting at home and you were playing on your PlayStation or whatever, and 10 people that you barely know showed up at the door to watch you play, and they stayed. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. It went well. There we go. That's what I want to see. It's more of a paste now. It's not like, let me see if I can bring it up closer to see if it looks terrible, but it's more of like, it's not runny. It's like, now it's a paste. It holds its shape a little bit more. Yeah, that's what you want. More of like a really soft cookie dough is the consistency you want. And it still looks pretty toasty, so I'll go with it. In fairness, you are very entertaining and worth sticking around for. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Every streamer has that. That used to happen at arcades. If you were good at a game, you'd get a few watches. That's true. That's true. It's actually peanut butter now. Well, that's what it looks like. So that's why I knew. It's like, oh, that's why. It's the peanut butter look, but there's no peanut butter in it. Okay, so now what am I doing? What's this? What am I measuring? This is I usually just add sugar until it feels right, but this is 1/4 of a cup. Again, you're going to get an actual recipe and not this sort of, devil may care attitude I have about this particular recipe. I'm just doing this because I'm used to this particular recipe, so I'm going to start out with just putting half of that mixture in just to make sure that it all fits together all right. And I'm gonna mix that all in. And when you bite into these, you are going to want to taste, you're all going to want to have that kind of sugary crunch a little bit. Like, have you ever had a pastry that has got so much sugar in it that you can feel it in your teeth? That's kind of what you want, though, for this. You kind of want it to be grainy, a little grainy. Oh yeah, this is good. This is good. I was starting to, when I first made it, I did not have the stomach for that much sugar. So I was actually pulling back on the sugar quantity by a lot and taking it and giving to people, so that by the time I had it for real in India, I was like, holy Moses, there's a lot of sugar in here. And I'll taste this in just a second to make sure that it's sweet enough. I've adjusted, my palate's adjusted a little bit so that I enjoy it even when it's super sweet. But the point of these really is you're not supposed to be able to eat like 3 or 4 of them. They're very dense. They're gonna sit in your stomach like a rock. You can really, I would say most people could probably handle 1 and enjoy it, and that would be good. After that, it becomes like a Cheesecake Factory situation where it hurts. It hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. But yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna go back to the chat. People who would stop and watch me and my friends play DDR, I miss those days. Oh yeah. You know they make a silicone cup that folds up like your measuring cups. Like there's I have a silicone cup that I use for painting when I have to travel, and if I want to pack light, it's a silicone cup that flattens down, and then I can take it with me easily. Let's see, so people with, like candy, yes, I love sweets. Usuki, same here as well. When you play double mode on DDR, you're guaranteed a few watchers. That's true, because everybody wants to like, there's always gonna be one person in the crowd who's thinking, I want to play winner. I want to play the winner. All right, now I'm gonna try just a little bit. Hot, 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 hot. Owie, ouch, hurts so good. That's gonna need more sugar. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. In case for anybody who is new to the stream tonight, as Toy and Idea pointed out earlier, the Streamlabs notices are not showing up for me. So if you are making donations and they're not showing up, I apologize. I can't because of the setup for tonight. Things kind of went wonky, and I apologize for that notification not arriving. If you did donate, I thank you from the bottom of my tiny alien heart. And I will be doing a kind of sort of super chat-ish, not really reading, because I don't have super chat yet, but I will be doing a kind of a reading of everybody's notes they've sent me through Streamlabs, and seeing who donated in the last month or so, and just having a nice chill chat stream tomorrow night at the same time. So that I can make sure that you all get the love you deserve. Because we all just want love, ain't it right? Well, love and maybe like a cocktail every once in a while. Fave song was Everybody Move Your Feet. Alright, so now that has to cool. It has to cool enough so that I can roll it into little balls. Oh no! I forgot! Oh my gosh, it's okay. I can still, I can add it. It's fine. None of this matters. I forgot the all-important cardamom, and I have a brand new container just for the purpose. Cardamom, some people don't like it. They think it tastes kind of chemically or soapy. I've done it in the past where I've added too much, and that has been the case. But I find if you get the quantity just right, it's one of my favorite spices, actually. I put it in tea, I put it in coffee. Well, I did put it in coffee. But, now I no longer can. Let's see. Measuring spoons. Measuring spoon. Oh, there you are. Ta-da! So let's start with, what should we start with? This is a very small amount of ladu, so we'll do 1/4 of a teaspoon, because it's a very small amount, and we don't want it to overpower anything. We want it to be... Oh, that smells so good. I love that. Lucas donated with contractually obligated hand reveal payment. Oh, is that a thing? Here. You owe me hand revealed money. Or else. See? Look. 5 fingers on both hands. Well, 4 fingers and 2 thumbs. If we want to get technical. We all want love in Luna's cooking. Yes! And Eco donated with Eco is here to cook. He brought his special spoon and his taster receptacles. Receptacles. Eiko ready to cook. Fam! Yay, Eiko! Gosh, guys, by the way, if you missed my stream with Eiko, you have to go see the VOD. And you have to go check out Eiko's channel, and you have to subscribe, and you have to go see all of the adorable streams that he does, because I demand it. And I am a cruel and wrathful god when I am displeased. But I am firm, but fair otherwise. Now mixing in the cardamom. It's starting to cool off, so it's going to be ready to roll, literally, in a bit. Now, a little thing just about the next recipe, before we get started on that one, is that there's actually a portion, like, once the actual balls of dough are fried and finished, they have to soak in sugar syrup for like 5 hours. So we're not doing that. I mean, we are doing that. I will be doing that. You will not be forced to endure that with me. But what I will do is once they're done and fried, I will open them up on stream so that we can see if I got the consistency right. And then I will soak them, take a photo of them, and then reopen them again to see if they remained as they should. Oh, that's so good. That's some peanut butter goodness. Without the peanut butter, it's so weird. It's so weird. I basically made peanut butter, you guys. Ari Sarkar, what are you making? I'm making besan ladus. Ari, welcome. So how long are they letting you keep the 4D meat suit? Wow, the mysterious they. Probably 24 hours. Is they're gonna give me that limit, because I'm gonna start getting into all sorts of unsavory activities, because I'm gonna start wanting to mess with things. Like, I got the hand part, that's fine. And I have the face part is cool. But I have not done a whole lot with the butt. I've been standing up all day. I have to explore the possibilities of the butt, of the seating part of the sitting part of the form making, of the sitting on the butt part. I'm gonna explore the butt. Watching food cool for 5 hours stream when? Enjoy, you say that like we wouldn't watch a silent stream with them sitting there. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to put money on that. I do. I would put money. I think I would put money on that. I would have to, but the thing is I'd have to keep track. I'd have to stay up and keep track well into the night. Let's see, like a kid when your mom's cooking Thanksgiving dinner, waiting for 5 hours. Explore the butt. What in the butt? What in the butt? Hey, Eamon, welcome. Welcome to Butt Talk. All right. This is going to continue to cool. It's not quite congealed enough for me to work with. So, but the next step, my friends, the next step is rolling it into balls. And that's kind of, as you can see, not really a wise thing to do with my gloves, right? So you know what that means? The gloves got to come off, my friends. We're going to have a little bit of a show. It's dinner and a show, my friends. I didn't want to say anything ahead of time because I wanted it to be a surprise. But there's going to be a little bit of a striptease coming up here in a second. So if you are if you are offended by such gross displays of nudity, I suggest you find a different stream. But the gloves are coming off, and I hope you have your dollar bills ready, because I mean, I don't have anywhere for you to put them, but yes. You're welcome. Let's see, is that still hot? No. I've been looking forward to that all day. Because I realized, I told Modbot, I said, Modbot, I have to roll the balls. I have to gently roll the balls, but I can't use that with my gloves. I'll ruin my gloves. And he said, just take the gloves off. And I said, oh, striptease. Reports video for nudity. Age restriction for this lewd display. What the hell did I just witness? What you witnessed was erotic excellence, my friend. Look at that. Completely exposed. Nosebleed incoming. Alright. It's still kind of bloopy, but we'll do it. We'll work with it. Bloopy. So we're gonna roll them into balls, and we're going to put them inside. We're gonna put them inside my elephant. He's an elephant cup. He's supposed to be for cocktails, but we're gonna make him into a Ladu cup. He's a Ladu elephant, a Ladelephant. A Ladephant. Let's see. I want to roll this out onto a plate. A cool plate. Between this and the fields, I don't know if I can hold out much longer. I should have done the same gig with me taking my socks off. But my socks aren't iconic. My gloves are iconic. That's the Luna signature right there. So right here. So when you do this, depending on how goopy they are, you may need to powder your hands or put oil on your hands so that the stuff doesn't stick to your hands. So here's, it's gonna get sexier, you guys. I'm gonna oil up my hands. Here we go. So I'm just dripping a little bit of the ghee on my hand. Like that. Again, you can use any oil. And I'm gonna just gonna oil that up. Yeah. This is actually probably good moisturizer. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a cool plate, yeah. Hand oil ASMR. Okay. Here we go. See if they stay in shape. If they don't, I think they might not, because they're quite cool enough. You know what I'm gonna do? They aren't cool enough. I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna set this now that I've oiled my hands. I'm gonna set this aside, and we'll come back to it later, and we'll start on the next recipe. But first, I'm gonna wash my hands. Wow, this is taking a lot longer. That's some thick oil right there. Okay. Butter is good moisturizer. Paula Deen. I bet your hands smell pretty good from all the ghee. They do. They do actually. They smell really good. The ghee and the cardamom together. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Okay. Okay, so here comes the scary part for me. By the way, did the burlesque music come through okay? I did the audio check before, but I never know until I get into a stream if anything's actually working right. Came through great. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, so now there's the scary part. Here's the scary part. Okay, I have the recipe in Hindi pulled up onto my desktop. Now, or it's up in a browser window. Now, this website has the recipe in both Hindi and English, but I'm on the Hindi page, and I'm really gonna try and stick just to the Hindi. If I really get stuck like in a major way, like I can't even begin to guess how to do it, I might cheat, but I'm gonna try not to, because then it might be funny if I do it wrong. I don't know. Could you do it one more time? Oh no, we're not on Twitch. I can't make it a bits reward. I hope it gets clipped later. It's harder to clip stuff on YouTube. This stuff is making me hungry. I'm gonna eat lunch myself. Oh, have a good lunch. Enjoy your lunch. Unfortunately, Emma sleeps since it is 5 a.m. But will this stream be up as a VOD in the morning? Of course! Of course! A Badger and Void both donated. Oh, thank you guys! Again, I thank you so much. Modbot's keeping track of that stuff because he has a window open with like the actual Streamlabs window. I'm working off a laptop in the kitchen right now, so I can't see anything because the notifications aren't working. But we will go over those notifications tomorrow again during the chat stream. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your love. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on the page with so this is gulab jamun. Now gulab jamun is a lot like, I mean, it looks like a laddu because it's a ball of dough, but it is usually, like traditionally it's made with, its main component is milk solids, which again, you can make at home yourself. It's not difficult to do, it's just incredibly time consuming and it's a pain in the butt. I've done that when I haven't had access to an Indian grocery store, but for this recipe, I don't need to make it myself because you can use, the recipe says, as an alternative to milk solids, you can use dehydrated dry milk, basically. So I have some packets of dry milk. Hopefully I'll be able to, these are measured in one envelope. One envelope makes 1 quart. So 3 to 3/4 cups of water makes 1 quart. Now I don't know, that might not be important because I might not actually even be mixing it with water, so we'll see. Dough balls and sweet as fuck sugar syrup. It is, oh my gosh, you guys. If you've never had gulab jamun, you can buy it and like in cans or in jars from groceries, like Indian grocery stores, and the best way to eat them is warm them up. Don't just eat them cold. That's sad and terrible. Warm them up at least. You can eat them by themselves, or they're also really good with vanilla ice cream. This is very much my guilty pleasure dessert. I know. Oh, every time I see it on an Indian restaurant menu, I get excited, but it's like, I only want one, and they always bring you 3, and it's so rich. It's just so rich. My mom makes the best gulab jamun ever. Oh, I wish you could send me some. I love it. Okay. Oh, so you'll be judging me harshly then, Ari, if I'm doing it wrong. So yes, I'm going to be doing it with dry milk. I'm not going to be doing, I don't have milk solids. I think it's called koya. In India, they call it koya, I think. But here we go. Okay, so I'm going to read it in Hindi and then I'll kind of translate it as we go. This may take a while. I'm willing to go a little bit later than normal in order to finish the recipe. Because it's saying that the total recipe should take 40 minutes, but let's add a half hour onto that. I need an entire pen of insulting for gulab jamun. Okay. Wow. A cruel and judgmental Silas Grayson. All right, here we go. So it says gulab jamun recipe with milk powder. With milk powder. Oh, an entire pen of insult. Oh, I thought you said insulting. I read it as insulting. You need an entire pen to write out the insults you would need to properly insult me for doing poor gulab jamun. Let's see. Okay, down the recipe. Samagri. So samagri is the ingredient list. Jamun ke liye. For the jamun, because there's 2 components. There's the dough, and then there's the dough, and then there's the sugar syrup. So we need 3/4 of a cup, 100 grams of milk powder. Bina mitas dalahua. Bina mitas dalahua. So I actually don't know what that means, but let's see. Powder. Without mitas dalahua. Without. Rumination reporting. Hey, it's Rumi! Welcome, welcome! How are you? Look it! I'm made of meat, Rumi, look! You missed the striptease, Rumi. You missed the striptease. I had my gloves on, and I had to take them off to do part of the recipe, and I did a whole sexy routine, and you missed it. A flesh vessel, a flessel. Oh, neither of those work well. Okay. 3/4 of a cup of powder. So it says cups, so I'm going to use my measuring cups to do that. 3/4 of a cup. I have no idea how many of these are supposed to. Did it say how many they're supposed to make? Did it tell me, or is this going to be a surprise? 14, apparently. Well, why don't we cut that down a bit? We'll say 7, and then it'll reload, hopefully, and redo it. Nope, it did not. It was like, nope, you can't do that. It's 14 or nothing, motherfucker. All right. I made it. Hey, you did, Turley. Welcome, Turley Whirly. Okay. You're just in time for me to start the second recipe. Wow, this stuff is weird. This stuff looks weird. So it's 3/4 of a cup. What happened? What happened to my automezui cup? What did I do? Did I throw it in the sink? That would have been silly. 3/4 of a cup. What happened? What happened to it? Aiko, did you do it? Aiko, where's my measuring cup? Wow. All right. Well, I can't believe I don't have it. I must have thrown it in the sink. 3/4 of a cup. I guess I can use this one. This is for liquids, but I don't know why it would count. Everyone's like, you gotta have dry and for liquids, but it'll work. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. everyone here to see the hand and feet reveals. Team Skinstruck, ewy. I can show you my feet again. Here's my feet. I have blue toes. Ta-da! Sexy. All right, here we go. I have 3/4 of a cup. So not a whole cup, but almost a cup. This is gonna end badly. So this says, does it say grams on here? Doesn't say grams. That's all right. This is 3/4 of a cup. Trust me, it is. Look how weird it is. It's like, looks like that powdered snow you get, like that fake powdered snow from Christmas time. Most people change money for that, just saying, listen, I'm a generous soul. Not everything has to be on for sale. Everything can be, I guess. Okay, so I need that. That's measured out. How's my Ladu stuff doing? Still needs to cool off. All right, and then powder a half a cup of maida sada atta. So maida is going to be all-purpose flour, I believe. So we're going to need a half a cup of that. So I have a half a cup of that. I can open it. Fresh flour from real flowers. No. I need a knife. I need a stabby. I need a stabby. Stabbing it. Stab it. Stab it. This flower does not want to be. Does not want to be a part of this. Does not want to be associated with this at all. All right. All right. Let's see. Actually, maybe I should read the directions and see if I can just put this all in a bowl. All right. I gotta step away for a few. I'm gonna just leave the stream running to catch up when I get back. Ah, okay. No problem. We totally cool with it. Ah! Good for at least 900 new followers. Oh my gosh. If that happened, I am almost halfway. I mean, I think I'm almost to 950 right now. That 1,000 marker is right around the corner, friends. Okay, I'm gonna read the directions. Egg bade katore me milk powder or maida or half a teaspoon of baking powder le. All right. So in a bowl, kotore me in a bowl. In a bowl-ish. This is Tupperware, but it's bowl-shaped. It'll work. I'm gonna move this. I think this has cooled down sufficiently. Yes. All right. This bag is something else. That's a bag of flour. I don't like your attitude. Half a cup of this. Boom. 3/4 of a cup of our fancy special milk, dry milk. Yummy. Dry milk. I wonder how much effort goes into dehydrating milk. Like how much energy. Tupperware is the traditional Indian mixing bowl. Oh gosh, Tupperware. My friends, when I visit them in India, they have all this really nice stainless steel or copper mixing stuff. And then I have one friend who's like, he's into Ayurveda, and he's like, you gotta drink stuff out of a silver container, like a pure silver cup, once a month or something, for health reasons. And I was like, silver, like a pure silver, like, it's not like you can just go out to the store. There's not like a silver utensil store. That's like stuff you have to save for, my friend. All right, I need the baking powder. I didn't pull it out of the closet. Let's get it. Let's get it. Is it baking powder or baking soda? I think it said powder. Powder, yes. Baking powder. We got not CoverGirl, but ClabberGirl baking soda. ClabberGirl, what's she doing? Oh, like her like poor family is in the back. Although they got toys back there. They're doing all right. They got toys. Like, there we go. They got toys back there. She's got a tray. Biscuits, presumably. She's doing all right. Milk powder is legitimately explosive. Oh, well, this will be fun then. Not only that, but silver rusts easily. It does. It takes a lot of care. Probably takes a while. The milk powder is pretty flammable. Oh boy, I did not know this. I mean, if you're in a pun battle, you must knuckle up or else you might taste defeat from your arch nemesis when they put the last nail in your coffin. Ah! Milk powder really is explosive? Okay. I gotta move windows around so I can see stuff. Let's see. And a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Half a teaspoon. Maybe by some chemical process, this will render the milk powder neutral and it will not blow up in my face. Half a teaspoon. I like this can because it has that little lip on there that makes it so much easier to level the spoon. It's the little things, you guys. It's the little things that make me happy. Also, if you put 2 eyeballs there, it's a very happy can. It's a very happy can. Use your imagination. Alright. Alright, that's good. Get that out of the way. Okay. Put that stuff away. Let's see. It says achi tarase milai, homemade gulab jamun mix tayar hai. Oh, half of this is like just like Hindified, like it's in the Hindi script, but they're using English words. This might not be as hard as I thought. I didn't look at the recipe too closely beforehand. I just saw that it was in Hindi and I was like, "Ooh, this will be fun." So I'm just mixing it. You know how that do. You know how that look. Till it becomes, indistinguishable from the rest of the flour. And then you're gonna put it back into the container and see and watch it in future months as shenanigans unfold, as people begin to bake things they were not expecting to bake. All right. As long as you didn't stick a lighter into the milk powder, you'll be fine. Why is it explosive? What is about it? What is it about milk powder that's explosive? Milk powder is only flammable when it is atomized in air. It's explosive when it's contained in a vessel. Yeah, but why? What's the chemical process? What's the mode of action that is? What's the catalyst? Okay. Let's see. Next step. अब 2 tablespoon घी डालें और अच्छी तरह से मिलाते हुए आटा बनाएं. Ooh, okay, so 2 tablespoons of ghee into the mixture. 2 tablespoons of ghee into the mixture. This is such a heavy bottle of ghee. Here we go. Come on. I wonder if it's a problem that it's kind of like it's halfway solid or not. I don't know. It's in a weird limbo state of liquid and solid. Ah, too much. It's fine. It's just extra flavor. It's extra flavor. It'll be fine. That's good. All right. And then we mix it. I don't know if that's going to make a good mixture. That's not enough liquid for all that. I mean, maybe it's not supposed to be. I don't know. Maybe secrets will reveal themselves in the next directions. Oh gosh, if it's flammable when it's atomized in the air, this is a gas stove, you guys. I don't like that story at all. I feel like that should be there should be like a warning label on it, right? All right, I don't think it's gonna get much more mixed than that. Let me look at the next one. It's fine. Anything with hydrocarbons. Milk has fats, fat is fuel, fuel combusts. Oh, yeah. Plus, because it's fine enough that it burns up instantly, you get a big, explosive quick light. You'll be fine. Thank you, Mata. Let's see. Avashyakta anusar दूध डालते हुए अच्छे से मिलाएं. Oh, avashyakta. Avashyakta is a fancier version of another word. Avashyakta anusar, according to avashyakta. Oh, according to your desires, I think. Add milk to the mixture and mix well. Well, let me read the next one. I think that's what it means. Naram lai loy banane ke liye अच्छी तरह से मिलाए आटा मत gundhe. Oh, I do know this about this. I'm not supposed to, once it gets to like a dough like consistency, a sticky dough consistency, I'm not supposed to beat or knead the dough too much, because that will make the consistency of the final things wrong. I do remember that from somewhere. Dude, so milk. All right. Milk. I have milk, right? Milk's a thing. Yes. How much milk? Just whatever I want? That doesn't make sense. Dakar 10 minute ke liye rakhe. Oh, cover for 10 minutes. Avashyakta anusar दूध डालते हुए अच्छे से मिलाएं. Really? Only 2 tablespoons of ghee. So I'm not misreading that. My mom's used milk powder for cooking a lot and she hasn't combusted, so I think you'll be okay. Well, that's comforting. So, it doesn't... what is this consistency supposed to be? Am I just... Okay, I'm just gonna do it. It doesn't say... Avashyakta is... I don't know, I can't remember what that word actually means. It's not a unit of measurement. I know that. It's not... like, it doesn't mean like a cup of this or anything. I know that. Avashyakta. God dang it. Well, see, now it's starting to look like it's turning into a dough, but it looks like it's still too dry. Like, it has to be dry enough to, again, make into little balls. But you don't want to, like, overwork it. This looks doughy enough to me. I think this looks doughy. Yeah. Don't want to overwork it, though. Don't overwork it, Luna. Let it be nice to it. Let it, be gentle. It looks lumpy, though. Should it be lumpy? It doesn't say. I don't think it should be lumpy. Although it looks like the lumps are like the milk solid stuff. It's not solid anymore. Technically, no. This seems like it's... Although it's kind of... Would that go into a ball? I don't know. Let me see. This is another one of those recipes where you'd have to have oil on your hands. I feel like that's too sticky. But again, don't want to overwork it. Mix well. It does say mix well. Achhi tarah se milai. Mix well. Okay. It's pretty stiff. I'm going to leave it like that. Pretty stiff. That's what she said. Heh. I regret nothing. Okay. Okay, we'll put that aside. It's very mushy now, yeah. Just do it. Back of the arm reveal. Sexy back of the arm. Oh. Oh. You. Hey, Sirius, welcome. I'm bullying my dog by kissing his forehead frequently. He whines every time I do it. I don't understand what you want from me. I'm gonna put this milk over here before it falls on the floor. Hey. Let's see. नरम लाई बनाने के लिए अच्छी तरह से मिलाएं. आटा मत गूंधे. Now I don't know what gundhe means, but I know that you're not supposed to overwork it, so maybe that means do not knead the dough. ढककर 10 मिनट के लिए रखें. Okay, so it says cover for 10 minutes. Let it rest for 10 minutes, basically. So I'm gonna put it over mia, and then I'm gonna go over mia. Magical drawer of stuff, of kitchen stuff. All things kitchen. Alright, so just put that right there. Covering it, letting it sit, letting it rest. Over mia, or over mia. Almost midnight here. Wow, well I appreciate you staying up to at least even pop in and say hello. So, let's see what it says. If there's anything we need to do while we're waiting. Is beach in the meantime? Is beach 2 cup chini, 2 cup pani? Is it elaichi or ek elaichi? Quarter teaspoon of kesar लेकर चाशनी तैयार करें. Jashni. What's a jashni? Jashni. So it's saying in the meantime 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of water and 2 elaichi. 2 elaichi. Oh man. Elaichi. Oh, I think elaichi is cardamom pod, I believe. Cardamom pods. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of kesar. Wow, really? Teaspoon? I think kesar is I believe that is saffron. Kesar, right? Pure superior Spanish saffron. It doesn't say kesar on here, so I can't cheat. Tablespoon, that's a lot. Or even teaspoon no, I'm sorry, it's 1/4 of a teaspoon of kesar, so that's not quite as much, but that's still a lot of saffron. Okay. Saffron. Kesar लेकर चाशनी तैयार करें. Chashni. Oh, thank you. Saffron, thank you. Jashni. What is jashni? Jashni is... I imagine it's got to be a jashni. I bet it's some kind of... Because I'm making sugar syrup, so it's got to be some kind of... Like a pot, right? I know that a tawa is a pan. Is like the flat pan that you fry things in. That's a tawa. I've never heard the word chashni before. In reference to cooking. But I'm gonna take a guess because this is what this is about. Syrup. Oh, so chashni. So it's saying चाशनी तैयार कर रहे हैं, लेकर चाशनी तैयार करें. Oh, I see. अच्छी तरह से मिलाएं और 5 मिनट के लिए उबाले था जब तक कि चाशनी चिपचिपी ना हो जाए. Chippy na ho jai. I don't know what chippy is, but now that I know that means syrup. Hey Megumi, welcome. It's just basically, I was right. It's telling me to prepare this sugar syrup. So, hooray for context clues. That is a language learning secret for anybody who wants to learn a language and you're beginning out and you're struggling. A lot of times if you don't understand something, You can learn a lot from context. Uh-oh. I got some ghee in the sugar jar. I'm gonna have to scoop it. I'll scoop it out and throw it away. Cause that's gonna ruin the whole shebang. I got ghee in the sugar pot, the sugar jar. And there's a fox in the hen house. Okay. So we want 2 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Okay. My 1 cup won't fit into the... So it's too small. It won't fit. It will go inside. So I have to do it a different way. I have to do it this way. Ah! None of this matters. Everything's fine. Nothing's broken. Nothing's broken. One. Oh, I thought a little more ghee. It's all right. Extra flavor. It's fine. 2. Oh no, everything is ruined. Hi, newcomers. Noni Miku. Yes, I've seen Noni before. 2 cups sugar. 2 cups of pani. Pani is water. 2 cups of water. There's that. 2 elaichi. Can I buy like half of your kitchen equipment? I want to send you, it would be a very expensive care package, Sumio. Otherwise, I would send you like a kitchen care package. So that you can do the best, be the best you can be at screwing up everything in the kitchen. Let me see. You know, a funny thing is these here are actually not great quality, but it's the pans. The pans are actually the nice thing that I own. Those are the nice ones. What am I doing? A quarter of a teaspoon of geser. Geser is saffron. Now saffron, that's another thing. I went to the Indian grocery store, the South Asian grocery store, and very nice gentleman running the place. Always very nice. Saw my pale exterior, asked me if I needed any help. And I said I'm looking for, and I gave him a list. And his eyes get really big. Like, he's like, oh. It's like that look of like, oh, shit, she might know what she's doing. She asked for this stuff by name. Holy. Yeah, so saffron is expensive as well. This, although, let me see. This didn't have a price tag on it, so I can't remember how much this was. But I bet it was $8 or something like that. Because saffron is very expensive. Fancy. Genuine Spanish saffron. Ooh. And it's a quarter of a tisp. This is gonna make a nice color, actually. And now how do I do that? Because it's sort of, they're threads. They're threads of saffron, so it's like, it's not like a powder, it's like a little, you know what I'm gonna do? It's such a small amount, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna guess. It's not going to affect the flavor too much. It's really for color. So, that feels right. We'll go with that. Expensive stuff. Little did he know, Luna knows nothing. That looks fancy. Oh, you want the real stuff. You want the, pardon me. Elaichi. I believe elaichi is cardamom pods, and I don't know if I have cardamom pods. I have cardamom. Let me go check the magical pantry of stuff. I do! So there's 2 types of cardamom. There's black cardamom and there's green, and it doesn't say which one. So all I have is green, so I think they're the same, really, ultimately. 2 of these. And I'm going to It doesn't say pistewe. Pistewe would mean to grind up. It doesn't say to grind it up. So, but I don't think the flavor's going to come out if I don't at least like kind of press it a little bit so that, because the actual spice is inside the pod. Like it's not, like that's what it looks like. Like I feel like I should probably press it a little bit, right? Crush it a little bit. I don't know. I think I'll do it. I'll press it a little bit. Just smush it just a little bit. Just until I hear like a little crunch. A little... Yeah, like that. Yeah, I would think so, right? Okay, so that's going in here. So that goes over here. So you guys can see it. See, the saffron's already changing color. Changing the color. Yeah, it imparts flavor and then you remove it. Yeah, you're supposed to remove it. I always hate it when I find if you go to a good Indian restaurant, and you get your food back, you will get, sometimes the cardamom pods get left in the curry. But that's always a little bit of a jarring experience to bite down on one of those. अच्छी तरह से मिलाएं और मिनट के लिए उबाले या जब तक कि चाशनी चिपचिपी ना हो जाए. Oh man, चिपचिपी ना हो जाए. It's saying boil it until the syrup is not something. Yeah, maybe it's saying until it's clear, until it's not, I don't know. I know there's a component of this where you have to keep the syrup warm, but not hot. But if you were to say that, I'm used to hearing that expressed as na bahut garam hai or na bahut thandi hai. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, but turning on the heat. So it doesn't say anything about heat though. It just says mix it until it's gonna take a long time for it to dissolve, the sugar to dissolve if it's not hot though. So I'm just gonna mix it. I've turned it on to medium. What happened to chat? Where are you, chat? There you are. It's get green. Oh, good. Yes, Ari, the only cardamom pod I have is green. So that's just coincidence. I feel like if I had black cardamom, I would have used it. But thank you for that. You're not going to want to be in my cooking whenever... Back. Oh, hi. Welcome back, Nani. Oh, chat got lost in the pantry. Enjoy all of the stray taco flavored spice packets and all of the hot cocoa that I haven't had. And I'm not going to because it's starting to get warm and it's just not right. It's just not right to drink hot cocoa when it's already warm outside. The pantry, see, the pantry doesn't go to Narnia, though. Whoopsie. That was a dirty thing. I shouldn't have used that. That's fine. That had a little bit of basin laddu on it. That's alright. Clean one. Coming in for a landing. Everything's fine. Taco, like I bought, at the grocery store you can buy pre-packaged little packets of taco seasoning that's all ready to go. And yes, I could do it myself, but sometimes you just want to eat. And you also don't want to order out, but you want some semblance of realness. So you get the spice packet and you just throw it in with the meat. And you grill it up. And it's perfectly acceptable. Okay, so this is as dissolved, I think, as it's going to be in terms of the sugar. I always use the taco seasoning packets. Yes. Why are you using a spatula? Oh god, that is actual pain for me. Oh, hoity-toity. Look at it. It's just for stirring, okay? It's just for, like, it doesn't matter. All that matters is because this is a non-stick pan, it has like the Teflon, not Teflon, but the black covering. It just can't be uncovered stainless steel. It has to be wrapped plastic. Use a whisk. Oh my god. Wow, we've got backseat cooking, backseat chef. You know what? Now I'm just gonna keep using it, just to make you mad. Just to make you mad, Lucas. Actually, I don't think I have a whisk. I had a whisk, but it broke. Let me see. No, I don't have a whisk. Thank you, Luna. Let me see. No, the closest thing I have to a whisk is this thing, but this is for scooping out deep fried stuff. It's my deep fry basket. That's for later. So many folks I know don't know how to take care of their non-sticks. I'm gonna donate for you to buy a whisk. What the fuck? And you know what? You tell me what whisk I should buy. And you donate the amount I need for that whisk. And I promise you, Lucas, I will buy that whisk. And I will show it to you. I will either post a picture of it or I'll have be a stream and you will see. And I will make good on that. But you best make it worth the time for me to go get it. Buy Luna a whisk. Hashtag buy Luna whisk. Also, hashtag buy Sumio knives. Although, that, given his track record with other weapons, it's probably not a good idea. She's going to buy it and never use it. You know what, Fig? I will use it. I will. But you know what? If people are going to tell me, if people are going to boss me around about what I should have, then they got to foot the bill. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. It's like, you guys are all like, Luna, get those breast implants you've always wanted. Go on, do it. Get it. Like, you're gonna take care of them for me? You're gonna maintain that stuff for me for the next 15 years? No, I didn't think so. So you just button it up. You button it up now. But donations just came, reverse psychology for the win. No, donations just came in from Void Village, and a super late one that only just now processed, from April 12th, Vuki Main. Wow, wait a minute. Wow, that is super late. Oh, why did it do that? I'd recommend one of those silicone dipped whisks. They work pretty well for non-stick. Oh, that's true. अच्छी तरह से मिलाएं और okay, अंश बंद करें, अंश बंद करें और 1 टीस्पून नींबू का रस और 1 टीस्पून गुलाब जल मिलाएं. Ooh, okay, so अंश बंद करें means turn off the fire, turn off the flame, turn off the heat. और 5 मिनट के लिए, oh no. Next one down. 1 teaspoon of nimbu ka ras. So nimbu ka ras is lemon juice. Look at this. I'm never gonna need nearly that much lemon juice, but that's what they had. Because Indian families buy in bulk, and they're not wrong to do that. That is very that is cost savings. What time did this start? It started at 8 my time. So it started an hour and 49 minutes ago. So how many? 1 teaspoon. Really? Just 1? Am I putting this into the... 1 teaspoon? 1 teaspoon of that and 1 teaspoon of gel. Yeah, into the... शिकर को कड़क होने से रोकने के लिए नींबू के रस को मिलाया जाता है. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does go bad. I'm sure it's one of those things that you can extend the life of it if you keep it in like a dark, cool place. A teaspoon of this. They're implying, I assume that they want me to put it in the syrup because with the rose water, yeah, because this is what the dough is going to soak in. So a teaspoon of the lemon juice. Plus stuff, some for the angels. Some for the angels. Or whatever. And, so I'm late because the time is 12:50. Oh yeah, I mean, it's okay. I understand. It's not a big deal. There's always the VOD. 1 teaspoon of gulab jal. Gulab jal is the rose water. Rose water. You know, I've had such a hard time making opportunities and time each week to study Hindi. I'm always terrified that it's going to leave me and I'm going to lose it forever, and it has slipped a little bit, but the fact that I can read this at all and follow it is like, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. Why won't this turn off? It's not gonna, it's one of those screw caps. It's not, but it has to break. Like, it has that little, like, seam that has to break. Unscrew. To break, seal, and open. Wait, this way to break, seal, and open. Well, yeah, but I'm doing that and it's not breaking. So it's wrong. It's lying. Sometimes it lies. So I'm gonna have to, like, kind of crush it a little and see if I can get... I can't actually open this. Let's see. What do I have? What tools can I use? Wine bottle opener? Nope. What if I press a knife edge against the seal? Without cutting my fingers off. Ideally. You know, you shoot for the moon, but even if you miss, we'll land among the stars. Without our fingers. Hey! Come on. None of this shit. I need rose water. Wow. It does not want to open. What should I do? Any tips? Oh, wait. It's come undone. I got it. Oh, almost. Ah, got it. Whew, that's strong stuff. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Whew. Really? How much? A tablespoon? No, a teaspoon. A teaspoon. Ooh, teaspoon. Just show it to the camera and it works. Yeah, so, ooh, that is some strong stuff. That smells like incense. Ooh, okay. Teaspoon. That's a lot, really? A teaspoon? All right. And that's literally the first time I've ever had to use that in a recipe, and it's probably going to be the last time. Although I may make this again. We don't know. We don't know. And here I go, whisklessly stirring my sugar syrup. Whisklessly. Which is like listlessly, but without a whisk. Because it hurts Lucas. It hurts Lucas deep down in his heart. And that's being very generous. I don't even know if he has a heart. Powerful quote. I usually keep a rubber band or two handy when I need to open hella tight lids. It works, it works. Let's see. अंश बंद करें मिलाया जाता है. So then it says रोकने के लिए नींबू के रस को मिलाया जाता है. शक्कर को कड़क होने से रोकने के लिए नींबू के रस के मिलाया जाता है. I don't know what any of that means. I mean, I know what some of those words mean separately, but not in that particular collection of grammar. The next one says dakar chashni alag rakhe. Dakar chashni alag rakhe. So the dakar chashni is the covered. Cover it. It says dakar chashni alag rakhe, or so, and put it aside. So cover it and put it aside. I'm learning, but I don't have a cover for that pot. Thoughts, ideas, plans, solutions. Well, I can cover it. It's not hot, is it? Oh, it is. I can cover it with tinfoil. Cover it in tinfoil. Good old tinfoil. So you are no longer, I'm sorry, not tinfoil, aluminum foil. It's no longer made of tin. You can't get tinfoil anymore. I mean, I'm sure you can. Just... There. Cover it, set it aside. Good times. Let's see. 10 मिनट के बाद छोटे आकार के गोल जामुन बनाने शुरू करें. Oh, so after 10 minutes, which I guess is after a further 10 minutes, or no, it's saying it said earlier to let it rest for 10 minutes. So this is now. This is the 10 minutes after we've let the dough rest. It says मिनट के बाद छोटे आकार के गोल जामुन बनाने शुरू करें. ध्यान रखें कि जामुन में कोई दरार ना हो, वरना तलते वक्त वे टूट सकते हैं. Okay, so I think this is it's saying start to make the jamun ball. Start to roll the dough into balls. So let me have I want a plate to put these on so that I can once make them. And then I think the next sentence, although I don't recognize the words, again, context, I remember something about not, when I was looking at this before, that not, make sure that when you roll them, that there's no, that they're perfectly smooth and that there's no, like, cracks in the dough, because then it's saying that if that happens, the last thing I do understand, it's saying that if, you see, garna talte vakt ke toot sakte hain. It can break. It'll break it can break if it's not rolled perfectly. So again, I'm gonna get my hands oily again. Get those hands oiled up, oil it up, oil it up. All right, now here's the dough. That's still warm, but so I don't want to, so I'm gonna roll these, I'm gonna have to roll these off the screen because I don't have room that is cool enough to roll them on screen, but I will show you when I am done what they look like. So I'm rolling them and I'm doing it like how I would do, this is how I would do like I would start out this way for a ladu. And then for a ladu, you would take it like this once you had it kind of pushed together and you would roll it like this. And then this kind of gives you a nice round. Cupping the balls, everybody. Cupping the balls. Get the jokes in. Get them in. Come on. Come on. Get them in. And then it looks pretty good. Like it looks pretty smooth, you know. They want it to be smooth so that and you shouldn't like press it too hard when you're rolling it because they don't want you to overwork the dough. So that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna put that aside. It doesn't really say how big to make these. It's saying that the whole recipe should make 14. So if we will end up with that many, roughly that many, then. I don't get it. Jokes me? Nah. It's a practice motion. It is. I learned that this was what you were supposed to do for ladus and jamun because I watched an Indian woman making them in her kitchen because before I was doing the whole just roll it by hand, like with both hands. And she was just like this and she was like, ja, and she was like done in like 2 seconds. It was crazy. She had perfectly round ladus. Distracts chat without a touch of beer pong joke. That's the kind of talent I have, Void. That's the type of intellectual content I bring to this. Don't you be worried. What are you worried about? There's nothing to worry about. You're on that side of the computer, Turley. No matter what happens to me, you're fine. So don't worry your heart. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy this. Enjoy this shaky shaky. This is actually pretty too big. I've got the beer, but unfortunately not the pong. Aww. Only half of the magical equation. Now I'm worried, but about what I don't know I should... But what I don't know is what I should be worried about. I feel like that's a whole mood. I'm really worried every day, and I don't know why. By the way, you guys, I definitely made the Ladu mix too runny. I think in my nervousness for the stream, I actually did it totally wrong. Like, not totally wrong, it's just it's not thick enough to roll. But I'll show you in a second what happened to it when I put it aside. Orb, orb, orb. There's a part of me that desperately, just as a joke, wants to chug that giant bottle of lemon juice, but I know that that is a recipe for regret. Regret and sadness. So I'm actually not going to make this whole thing because I don't actually want to end up with that many jamuns. So I'm going to roll 2 more and then we'll call it. Thank you. Thank you for the bless you. I'm going to roll 2 more and I'll leave the rest out. Because I'm already over time. I'm over at 10 and I gotta finish. Okay. There's that. I'm gonna do 1 more. So another Indian sweet that I love. It's very easy to make actually, unlike these. I mean, these are just a lot of strange ingredients that I'm not familiar with working with. And like sugar syrup and like sugar temperatures and frying are all mysteries to me. I've never really deep fried anything very well. I've always miscalculated the heat of the oil. I always leave the object in too long, or I don't leave it in long enough, or I put too much in at once and it's like, you made the oil temperature change too much, so sorry. Excuse me, I need to hydrate. I do need to hydrate. All right, that's good for that. Put that out of the way. I'm gonna rinse my hands and I'm gonna get some I'm gonna hydrate. Oh, Modbot's trying to get some cinnamon challenge-esque stuff happening up in here. Oh, I should dump this. The sugar that was contaminated by the oil. We wouldn't want too much sugar to get into our fat. That would be terrible. Oh, good night, Caitlin. Thank you so much for coming. Goodbye. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. So, madhyam garam tel ta. Madhyam garam tel ta. So medium heat. When they put the ghee में deep fry करें. घी में तलने से जामुन को अच्छा स्वाद मिलता है. धीमे आंच पर लगातार चलाते हुए तलें. Huh. So, medium heat. All right. Medium heat, oil, and medium heat. This should be enough. I might have to boil. I might have to do them in batches. So this is my tiny pot. I don't have a bigger pot. I used up the big pot for the syrup. So we'll do it in batches. Not saying how much oil. I assume because it has to be fried, it has to be submerged. So I'm gonna go for the gold here. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, medium heat. Was It's on medium heat. Let that warm up a little bit. Oh, I was going to tell you more India stories, I think. So, I was going to tell you the scariest thing that ever happened to me in India. So, I was in the city of... This was during my 2-month stay, which is the longest stay I ever had in India. And I was in the city of Varanasi, which is the oldest continuously occupied city in India. And it looks it, and it feels like it. It's very cool. I highly recommend going. Now, I don't want this story to scare anybody away from going, because I think you should. You should go. I was by myself, and I'd already been in India. At that time, I'd already been in India for like a month and a half. So I was pretty comfortable. And I was... I had experienced some catcalling up until that point in different places, but I would say that Varanasi was by far the worst, where men would come up to me, just right up to my face, or right up to my ear, like one side, and they'd whisper dirty stuff in my ear, and then they'd run away, or they'd disappear into the crowd, because it was so busy, it was so crowded, that by the time you realized what was happening, the person who had done it was gone. So this had happened a couple times on this particular day, and so I was pretty grumpy about it. I was not happy about it, and I decided it was getting toward evening. The sun wasn't down yet, but it was getting late, and I said, you know what, I don't really want to be out late after the sun goes down, even though it was very well lit. I said, I'm tired. I'm going to go back to my my hotel and my small little, like, kind of Airbnb situation. And I was walking down a very narrow path. What the thing about Varanasi is that most of the old city is traversed on foot because there's no room for even, like, carts. It's all these very narrow passageways, like 1 or 2 people wide. So I'm walking down the pathway to my Airbnb. I know exactly where I'm going. And I'm walking up the steps. I go down this alley. And kind of sense that there's someone behind me, and I look behind me, and there's a guy walking behind me, a man walking behind me, and I ignore it. I keep going. He speeds up, and I can feel him right behind me, and I pick up my pace, and I keep walking, and he keeps walking, and he gets right up he starts talking to me. He starts saying words. He's like, "Hello, madam. Hello. Hey, hello," and he keeps saying these words over and over again, And one of the weird things, like one of the weird pickup lines that you might hear as a woman in India in a catcall scenario is, a popular thing is to, like, offer to give you a massage. They're like, would you like a massage? It's this weirdest thing. And so I was getting into a dark alley by myself with this guy who was chasing me, and he was saying really disgusting things, and then and I was, like, terrified. I just wanted to I wanted to get away. And finally he said, would you like a massage? And I was so angry. It made me so angry. So I stopped, and he was coming up, and as he did not expect me to stop. I stopped right there, and I turned my whole body, and I hit him across the face, open hand slapped him as hard as I could, and he ran. And he looked back behind him to make sure I was not coming after him. It's cool now, but at the time, I was terrified. So that was the scariest thing that ever happened to me in India. Like I said, I'm fine. I'm fine now. Like, it didn't end in a bad situation, like, badly, but it was scary. So that was a situation where that's a situation where, like, your common sense won't get you out of it. It's not like I could have taken another path to this particular location. It's not like I could have taken a well-lit path to where I was going or anything like that. So, but I'm okay. And the reason why I tell that story is because I tell people not to be afraid to go to India, and I mean it, but I also don't want to give the false impression that you don't need to be vigilant and that bad things don't happen, because that's setting people up for disappointment. Because bad things can happen, but I will tell you that for every weird, creepy catcall I got from a guy in India, there were 10 perfectly polite, exceptionally kind, very helpful, and very polite gentlemen that helped me. And completely unasked for. So let that be kind of the proportion. Like most people in the world have good intentions. Most people do. Bad things happen everywhere. Exactly. I'm glad you're okay. Also, that does add up. Cowards run when you show strength. Yeah, and so that was a weird moment for me because I am very timid. I consider myself to be very timid in that situation. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to react safely. And so that was a very powerful moment for me because it showed that I could, like, defend myself if I need, like, I could stand up for myself. And that's another reason why I bring it up. It's because I'm in retrospect proud of the way that I handled it. It could have gone very bad. Like, I don't think I would have acted that way if there had been, like, if it had been, like, a couple guys. Like, if it had been a group of guys, I think I'd have just flat out run. But because it was one creepy dude who was not expecting me to react that way, it ended well. So. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's funny. And I the reason what made it, when I actually got back to my hotel, I burst into tears because I was terrified, but I was also sad because that day was made worse by the fact that a couple hours later, when it was midnight, two things happened at the same time. I got texts from two different people. One text was from someone that was from a friend back home, saying Trump just won the election. So that sucked. And then the next text was from an Indian friend in India saying, you need to go get cash now. Modi just canceled all the small bills, and all of the ATMs are going to be shut down. You're not going to be able to get cash. But I'm not going to go out at midnight. By then it's like midnight one morning. I'm not going to go out into a city that I was just accosted in by a strange man to get money alone at an ATM. Like, it's not, I'm just not in there. Let's test this and see if it's hot enough yet. Oh, ooh, it's ready. Excellent. So that all happened on the same day, friends. Now, luckily, I had enough cash on me that I made it home. I was going to be in India for 2 more weeks. It was a combination of credit card, places that did take credit card. I got home, literally, this is no joke, I got home with $1, with equivalent of like $1.50 in US in my pocket. That's all I had left. And I got home. I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy time. The wrong action is usually better than no action. Yeah. The action always trumps the reaction. What's that quote? There's a quote that's like, people regret what they don't. Will usually regret like what they don't do, not what they do. Like, you're more likely to regret something that you don't do than something that you do. Like, basically saying, if there's something you want to do in life, or it's more for that, but if there's something you want to do in life, then you better do it, because you're more likely to regret it if you don't. You missed the shot you didn't take, right? The funniest thing that ever happened to me in India, I mean, a lot of funny things happened to me in India, but the funniest thing, ooh, look at that. The funniest thing that ever happened to me in India is that I got into a tuk-tuk. Now, a tuk-tuk ride anywhere is going to be, like, it's like a roller coaster ride, I tell people. You have to do it. It's so much fun. It doesn't matter where you are in India. Get into a tuk-tuk, get into a rickshaw, whatever you want to call it, and, now, do I? And just go. It's so much fun. But I got into a rickshaw, asked a guy, told the gentleman, please take me to this particular place. And he said, sure. And he started to joke around. He started to laugh and joke around with me. Because he realized quickly I understood some Hindi. But I quickly realized, because he turned around to talk to, like, he turned his head to talk to me, from the smell, that he was drunk. He was drunk, and he was drunk bad. And he started to do, like tricks with his tuk-tuk. Like, he started to do, like, this daredevil stuff. And, these are very done. These are very done. Ooh, Save them. Save them. Woo. I guess I put them in the this. Put them in there. I'm putting them there. I don't know if that's right, but I'm doing it because that feels right. And I thought it was funny. Like I was a little bit scared, but it was mostly funny. Because I did think to myself, you know what? This would be okay. Like, this would be okay to die this way. Because I'm having a good time. He's having a good time. That heat looks like it's hot. But I lived, obviously, got off on my destination, but he was toasted, man. He was toasted. Yeah, the three-wheeler cars. Yes. They're basically three-wheeled motorcycles with like a shell on them. Interestingly enough, Case, the only accidents I ever saw, like driving is crazy in India. Watching it, I don't participate in it. Don't do it. But unless you are comfortable, like motorbikes are very popular there, and if you're comfortable, you'll be fine. But like driving a car in India I don't understand how that there aren't more accidents. I've seen 3 accidents in person while in India, in the times in India, but 2 of them involved rickshaws, and 2 of them involved motorcycles. One of them involved a rickshaw, and the motorcycles were. One of them was a motorcycle ran off the road. I was in a bus, and I saw a motorcycle coming from the opposite direction. And I don't know what happened, but the driver lost control, and he drove off into a ditch. So it wasn't really... I don't think it was like he veered away from traffic or anything. I think he just lost control somehow. But it was interesting because he went off into the ditch, and he disappeared into, like, trees. And it was near a roadside, like, little... snack stand, basically, hardly even a rest stop. And every single person, there were like 5 people there, stopped whatever they were doing, and they ran to help him. And so at first I was like, I wanted to tell the bus driver, stop the bus, somebody call for help. But like everybody who was there around him went and helped him. So I trust that he's okay. I like to think that he's okay. The tuk-tuk driver I saw get into an accident. He made a really hard turn. Like he just turned too hard, and his tuk-tuk flipped. It flipped on its side. And then the other motorcycle accident was a motorcycle, I think he hit like a median. It looked like he hit the median, but to me, like, it's a crazy that people bother to drive in India. It's amazing what you can... Oh, those look really good. All right, I'm gonna put those in there. All right, look at them float. They float. Ooh. We got a little flare up there. Balls. They look right. I'm hopeful. India will drive you crazy. I owned a tuk-tuk for a few years. Oh, really? Actually, when I got back from India, I looked up if there was a way to buy a tuk-tuk in the US, and there is. There's like one company that makes them and sells them. And I was like, I could be the first tuk-tuk driver in wherever I'm at, and I could be like this novelty. Like I could make money just being the only tuk-tuk taxi in town. All right, so those are done. Let me look and see what the next, because there's still directions here. स्वाद मिलता है, अच्छा स्वाद मिलता है, धीमी आंच पर लगातार चलाते हुए ताले. I see. It's saying take it off the heat. I think it's saying to put these back. Put this back on the heat, but low. There, so that it stays warm for a bit. I know I owned one. Yes, I'm so excited. How much did you pay for it, if you don't mind me asking? I'm curious. Oh, Moby, you broke the TV on your way in. Well, that's fine. I don't have any time to watch TV these days anyway. I've traded Netflix in for streaming, so. Let me see. Let's see. जब तक जामुन सुनहरा भरा ना हो जाए तब तक डालें. Huh. जामुन को गरम चाशनी में डालें. Okay, we did that. Oh, so I just skipped ahead. 2 घंटे के लिए या जब तक जामुन चाशनी को सोख नहीं लेते. और आकार में दोगुना हो जाता है तब तक ढके. हाँ. आइसक्रीम के साथ या ऐसे ही जामुन का आनंद ले. The last direction is like, with ice cream, you can enjoy it with ice cream or as it is, enjoy it. 3.5K. Oh, wow. That's actually, where was I? I think I'm thinking of something else, but for some reason I was thinking they were like 6K or something, but I think I'm actually thinking of pinball machines. Pinball machines or skee ball machines. I used to haul parts at a huge motorcycle salvage yard all the time. It was like 10 acres of old bikes. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. That would be fun. I bet it was a monster in terms of like gasoline usage. Such a nice golden brown color. Yeah, I think that they're so now for these, they have to soak for several hours and before they're technically done. But for in the interest of seeing it, like they could be totally raw on the inside, right? And Paul Hollywood and Mary Berry would be very disappointed in me, and I can't disappoint Paul Hollywood and Mary Berry. So I'm going to, oh, they're not that hot. Oh, actually they're a little hot. I'm going to open up one and see what it's like on the inside. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good. Look. Wait, I can't see if you guys can see. All right. So let's see. Let's see if it'll focus. 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 There it is. Look at it. It's perfect. It's nice and fluffy. It's not stodgy. It's not claggy. I'm gonna try it. See what it tastes like. Oh man. Oh, the syrup is really nice. That rose amount is perfect rose. Oh, this turned out well. Isn't that funny? I totally screwed up the recipe that I knew, like the back of my hand, and this one, which I was totally scared of, came out really perfect. I mean, you guys would just have to take my word for it, I guess. And as you know, sometimes I'm a liar, right? But I'm telling you that those came out perfect. I can't wait to eat them when they're finally soaked, when they're done soaking. So they're gonna soak like that for, well, it's on very low heat. I'll let it sit like that for a little bit. I don't want it to boil or anything, but it's supposed to stay warm, and it's gonna, I guess that's to help it soak and soften the outside. But then it's gonna soak for a couple hours, and then I'll try it and see how it went. Where did chat go? Chat just disappeared. Oh. Let me see. Such a nice golden brown color. You didn't know how to shop for cheap bikes. Several hours. Oh yeah, you have to let it soak. It says anywhere. I've seen different ends of different recipes where it says anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, but ain't nobody got time for all of that. So I'll let it soak before bed, and then put them away, and then I'll warm them up again. I'll warm it. I'll keep it in this, cover it, put it aside in the fridge, and then rewarm it. So not really, but it was slow as balls and so dangerous it scared me enough to sell it. Yeah, it's a rickety thing. It's a Timbit. Texture, nice, perfect texture. Want, looks good. That looks tasty, delicious. Oh man, it looks good. Put ketchup on one. It's not ketchup-y worthy. It's sweet. It's even just pulling it out of the sugar from being in there, and it's such a short time. It's sweet. It's like a donut. It's like a cake donut, but like right now the texture is sort of like a light, fluffy cake donut. But it's gonna soak in this, and it's gonna turn into this soggy, gooey deliciousness on the inside. God, look at that. It's perfect. I did it, you guys. I managed to fry something with that. I mean, this one's maybe a little bit. That one's maybe a little bit dark. I mean, and they're not even. Like, it's not perfectly consistent all the way around. But it's perfect enough for me. And really, that's what matters. My statement remains. Still gonna eat it with ketchup. Still gonna eat it. I'm gonna have to try this recipe. Yes, I will send you this was a good recipe. I'll send you the English version of it. So Wow, that came out really... Oh, before I end the stream. So yeah, that was awesome. I'm going to put those aside. And well, actually, it's still warm. It has to stay warm, it says, for like 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to let that stay warm on there. But I'll show you what happened to the besan ladu mixture. I might still be able to roll it, but as it stands, it looks pretty sad. Yeah. It melted. It melted. Although it's sticking quite well. Look at it. It's sticking. Let's see what the consistency is. Maybe I can roll it still. Oh, it's pretty stiff. Maybe I can roll it. You'll get to see one after all. Let me see. Well, let me see. So I have seen recipes for gulab jamun that don't necessarily include rose water. The rose water, I'm getting the sense, is mostly a fragrance thing. It doesn't change the flavor too much, I don't think. The saffron is for color. You might be able to substitute turmeric for the saffron in order to get the color. But I'll send you the recipe, and I'll leave some notes about substitutes that might work. So this is a little soft. So it is a little soft, but you can make it into sort of a mush ball ladu. It's a little bit mushed. See, it didn't hold its roundness. It's too soft, but it is delicious. I go eat some. The flavor is correct. It's nice and nutty and creamy. It tastes good, it's not thick enough. Lampy channel. Oh, hey, Lampy. Dropped link to a cargo rickshaw in Discord. Cargo rickshaw for schlepping things they're not afraid to lose. Delicious is what matters. You know what? I believe that. And these are, I will call it a success and a half. This is definitely a success. I can't wait to try these when they're finally soaked through. But the ladus are half success because I got the flavor right, but the consistency wrong. Hello, and now I want gulab jamun. Well, I wish I could give you some. Well, now that I know how to make them, gosh, I might actually make these, well, once I get to a point where I can make things for people again. It'll be nice to make things for Temple again. Nice. Well, it's also Chinese, so who knows? Oh, okay, so it's not an Indian rickshaw. So I won't be able to use my ladufant because the ladus won't hold, but I just wanted to come bring him by again because he's adorable. I drink cocktails out of him on special occasions. Wow, and that's it, you guys. That is Luna's first cooking stream. What do you think, Splatchily? I think it was great, and I didn't die. Whee! Is that what you used to get drunk with my wife? Not yet. I haven't used the elephant for that, but now that he's out of storage, he may make an appearance. Rickshaw is a Japanese loan word. I have this argument. People have this argument with me about whether a tuk-tuk, a tuk-tuk isn't the right word for what they have in India. It's a rickshaw. It's not a tuk-tuk. The tuk-tuk is what they have in someone said it's like what they have in the Philippines. And I'm like, I don't. Excuse me. I don't think it matters because all of the drivers in India call them tuk-tuks. They call it a tuk-tuk, so it's a tuk-tuk. So I'm gonna go with them on that. 1010 would watch another cooking stream in the future. Spatchily, the best VTuber. I loved it. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, and thank you guys for joining me for it. I had a great time. I did not set anything on fire. I kind of fudged some recipes a little bit, But this one is the surprise to me. I didn't think I would get this right. I thought that this would turn out really mushy, but it came out all right. Do you guys want a reverse striptease with a reverse glove striptease to end the night out? In West Bengal, where my family's from, the drivers call them rickshaws, but I don't know about the other parts. Oh, that's interesting. West Bengal. Okay. Let's see. Tuk-tuks. Yeah, I've spent most of my time in Rajasthan, and in Rajasthan they call them tuk-tuks. But put the music in reverse too. Sorry, don't have that capability. And do not want cursed. No cursing. No curses. No cursed striptease songs. Mark Verr. Hey Mark, I've been lurking for most of the stream. It was nice cooking the stream, Luna. Interesting stories and food. Well, thank you. I was kind of hoping to tell more stories. I kind of got into the cooking part of it actually. So I didn't get around to all my stories, but you'll hear more stories. Maybe that'll be part of, because tomorrow's night stream, I doubt it's not going to take that long. It's not going to take me long to get through everybody, I don't think. And once that's done, I may tell stories. I'll poll what people want to do. I could tell stories, or we could play. I could go into Minecraft, or I could go back into. We could end the week with more Soma, because I still have to get through Soma. So we'll see. How expensive is the 4D meat suit to operate per second anyway? 1,000? 10,000? Listen, a magician never gives the secret away. Void. Had to miss a chunk in the middle for D&D, but that I could catch was a good time. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that I occupy a space in your consciousness next to D&D. That is an honor. I guess any kind of striptease will do at this point. Oh, well. Any time spent on Soma is a good time. Indeed. It is certainly a big brain time. Well, let me do the reverse. I'll do the reverse striptease because my hands now, they've done the work they need to do, and it's time for them to get back into their hidey holes. Let's see. Ta-da! There you go. Put it all on, baby. Yeah. More coverage. No wrists. Patchy, patchy, patchy. Fingers for days. I still got those fingertips, work that magic. All right, guys. This has been a lot of fun. This was a big success, I think. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed yourselves. I had a great time, and now I have all these ideas for other Indian sweets I want to try making. This scared me, I have to be honest. I've been wanting to make this for a very long time, and I just was too afraid to deal with the oil and the frying and the sugar syrup and the rose water. It was all a thing in my mind. But now that it's done, it's like, wow, that was super fun. So, thank you all for joining me and for staying up late with me. Many of you are up late or up very early. So that's it for tonight. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you'll join me tomorrow so I can get a chance to thank you for your generosity and for your support, and for maybe a little bit of Soma at the end. Depends, see how much time we need. But this has been Luna's cooking stream. This is, have a good night. This is a good night from Luna's kitchen. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Have a good night.